Antoine with Bell System do for myself. So thanks so much for coming here today. Please, would you introduce a little bit about yourself and your family, or the things that you've been following, the target in your life, the goal, everything, please.
My name is Chi, and I graduated from Victoria University of Wellington as a political science major. I also got some credits in business administration at Truman State University in Missouri. I want to develop myself to be a businesswoman in some sense. My goal in life is to find my own success, not particularly in the business world, maybe somewhere else, but I want to be able to follow my passion and be a successful and independent woman.
What about you, Frank?
Hi, my name is Frank. I was born and raised in Hanoi, Vietnam here for 17 years. I went to Montreal, Canada in 2011. I've been studying there since. I went to Dawson College as pre-university in commerce. And I graduated McGill University with a double major in finance and general management and a concentration in international business. I've been fortunate enough to have the opportunity to study, work, and learn in a great environment and really diverse one as Montreal. Mm-hmm. And I also had the chance to work in different fields from corporate relations, sponsorship, marketing, analyst, sushi chef, and now I'm back in Vietnam. My goal is to be a private wealth manager.
I was studying French at university as an interpreter. I knew that people living in French, they really don't like people living in the States in the UK that much, right? You guys, and vice versa.
Yeah.
But the interesting thing here, I'm saying that the mixture is there. It's right in Quebec and Montreal.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about that?
From my own experience, that's true.
Oh, that's a mixture, so that they have like
yeah,
children together, right?
Yeah,
you can't hate each other.
Yeah, it's true that that Americans don't like French and vice versa. We get along because at the end of the day, we're there for a goal, which is to get a better education and at the same time to have a good time, right? Because it's not just going to university to study. It's about making friends, making memories, and, and
life's there, right?
Yeah, like you have to have a life. This is the craziest thing. I've seen a lot of French American kids with if half French, half American, and one of my really good friend, William Norman, is French and American. So he has that both, and he hates both of the both of his side of family, and it's really fun to see because when you hang out with them, just you know, as an American, he seems like another frat boy. But if there's another French involved, he turned into a complete French, and he's like, oh yeah, I don't like Americans, blah blah. But dude, you're Cali, you're pretty white, you're pretty American. From the years I've been there, it's just if we go to school, yes, they would hang out with their people more. Like the Chinese would hang out with the Chinese, the French would hang out with the French, Americans hang out with Americans. But at the end of the day, if we all go out, there would not be an issue if we share a drink. I join because most of my friends at university are either Canadian or Americans or Swiss. So they don't really care as long as you're a good person and you're fun to hang out with. Yeah. So at the end of the day, yes, there are a lot of groups, and there's a lot of yeah, you can hang out with us. But there are a lot of people who it doesn't matter what kind of nationality you have, as long as you're fun, as long as we want to have fun, as long as we can talk about more than just let's get drunk.
What about you, Chi? What do you think about that?
About French people, or?
Yeah, French and American.
I personally don't get along with French people very well. Maybe because I'm Americanized too much, or I get along with Americans and Germans very well. And my German best friend is very close to French people. Okay. So in a way, I should be close to them, but I don't get along with them very well. I love French food.
So I often go to this French restaurant to have amazing cuisine, but I just don't talk to them.
Oh, did you have bad experience with French people?
Just that they're not very direct, and Americans are very direct, so much more direct than Canadians. So I want to be surrounded by people who are very straightforward. My German friend is also like, she's polite, but she's straightforward. Like, I know what she's thinking. I never know what French people are thinking, so I just don't hang out with them very much.
You guys think so? You guys like French songs?
French
singers?
Yeah. I love French songs and cuisines. So it's La Vie en Coupe, I think. It's my
La Vie en Rose.
It's my favorite song. The favorite French song.
We was talking a little bit about culture shock, right? So if you young generation, young people watching this video clip, they're talking with you. Maybe later you guys are parents. You're gonna teach the children, right? How to adapt, how to get used to accustomed to the new environment where you work, right? Then what do you tell them? The two things. How to deal with it. Frank, what do you think?
Ladies first.
Thank you. I think first, pick the best from the culture, and second, be yourself.
How about you, Frank?
I really think that I would tell them just two things. So the first thing I tell them is try to adapt. If they couldn't, I would tell them to make friends. The reason is culture shocks are just, to me, because I don't really have a lot, but I have a few, and to me culture shocks are just things that you've never seen in your life that really brand new, really amusing yet frightening at the same time. But it's not necessarily a bad thing, and as long as you can adapt, which means you have to understand it, you have to respect it, you have to appreciate it, and at the end of the day, then you'll be okay. But if you couldn't, because I know a lot of people who couldn't, a lot of people would just go to study abroad and stay friends with just Vietnamese people or Asian people and never get out of that environment, then you would have the chance to learn, understand, appreciate, respect that culture. And then the things that shock you, that frighten you, that scare you, all that thing would just a normal thing to you.
We once worked with a kind of big e-commerce brand company. We try to educate, we try to teach. Had a 3 or 4 month training time for new agents. So that time went well, pretty well. People really, enjoying the time working together and spend like 4 to 5 hours at least every day talking English, learning, picking up things. And we talked about, one of the topic was that we talked about e-commerce. So do you guys think that e-commerce will be lonely in Vietnam later?
I do know that because of our culture of spending cash, e-commerce hasn't been able to bloom as much as a lot of people want it to. However, I believe that it was a few months back when a few big banks in Vietnam started to charge more for debit card usage. And a lot of people my age was complaining, was screaming, and was crying about that. And I'm like, because they don't understand that, because the big banks want you guys to spend money on your credit card. Because we don't use our credit card that much, and that's the source of the e-commerce, right? That's how you pay for any online purchases. And because we don't use that much, and they want to push you into the direction, banks in North America has been doing that for years now.
Right.
I think with the right time and with the right move, e-commerce will be really booming in Vietnam.
What about you, Julie? What do you think about this?
It's pretty huge right now. We have Shopee, we have Lazada, we have very huge platforms for shipping different products. You have, like the shipping fees for Shopee now is very low. It's blooming, and I know that it's not only on the national level. Like we have Lazada as a platform for many different kinds of products, but we also have like companies that concentrate on different product categories. For example, e-commerce platform that sells different technologies like headphones and computers and stuff like that. I've been in their offices and they have chatbots, they have automation, they have everything.
Right.
They have like great data scientists from Google. So it's a huge game and everyone is playing it, and if anyone is falling out and just doing traditional business, you're gonna fail. So I think we have the potential. It is certainly a promised land. I think Vietnamese people are really good at math, Asian people in general, and that makes us very good at technology, like data science, AI, ML. That's the opportunity for us to grow in e-commerce. We have amazing startups who are doing facial recognition, like IQ. They're doing facial recognition for the coffee house. And when you walk into a coffee house, they're going to recognize your face, go into your data system. They're doing like data in the very ethical and legal ways.
Later, we've got a project, we've got a chance to work with great partners, multinational companies. Then would you guys ready to work with us to be a part of the program? Even working as agents or supervisors or leaders or even project managers? Would you guys are okay to do that with us? To be a pioneers in the BPO and contact center and customer service in Vietnam?
Definitely. Definitely.
Yeah, certainly.
All right. Thanks a lot. I mean, appreciate your time and everything. We had a great time, right? Talking. Happy to join you guys. Yeah, thanks a lot. Picking up things from you.